After 7 months of relative silence, Rocksteady Studios finally offered some new information and gameplay for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. The controversial live service shooter is still releasing on February 2nd, 2024 for Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC. And thanks to the first episode of Suicide Squad Insider, we know more about the story and gameplay. Here are 10 things you should know about the new title, including what to expect from its combat, how it leverages the PS5's features, and the content of the Deluxe Edition. Entering Metropolis and Hall of Justice. The story section provided some context on who the Suicide Squad are. Formed by Amanda Waller, director of Argus, they're supervillains sent in behind enemy lines to take out the Justice League. The reasoning? Brainiac has invaded, and many established heroes like Superman, The Flash, Green Lantern, and Batman have gone over to the purplish dark side. An early section of the game sees Deadshot, King Shark, Harley Quinn, and Captain Boomerang arriving in Metropolis. More specifically, they take a special elevator while still in the prison jumpsuits and end up in the Justice League's Hall of Fame. This is how they obtain their traversal methods. Deadshot gets Gizmo's jetpack, Harley Quinn takes Batman's grapple gun, and Batdrone and Boomerang obtain the Speed Force gauntlet belonging to Dr. Sivana, which finally explains his teleportation skills.
What you got there?
Thought this baby was a myth. Speed Force gauntlet. Back when Doc Savannah tried to lift Flash's gimmick.
Metropolis size. As for Metropolis itself, it features several iconic locations like the Daily Bugle, but also some references to Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman with its buildings and posters. Brainiac's arrival has wrought widespread destruction as the city has become a battlefield, its citizens corrupted into enemies, while the Skull Ship lingers menacingly in the skies. Nevertheless, Metropolis is designed for movement and verticality, and is over twice as large as Gotham City from Batman Arkham Knight. All the open world tropes apply, including patrolling enemies to fight in the streets and secrets. Interestingly, there is a day-night cycle, though how that comes into play is currently unknown. Jetpacks, grappling hooks, and Speed Force. Depending on the Suicide Squad member, your journey across Metropolis will differ slightly. Captain Boomerang, for instance, is like a speedster, dashing around with the Speed Force gauntlet to cover great distances. Meanwhile, King Shark leaps and bounds while dashing several times in midair, as is fitting with his massive size. On the other hand, Harley Quinn grapples around, not unlike Batman from the Arkham games, even using the Batdrone as a grapple point or to run up walls when necessary. However, Deadshot can fly through the air with his jetpack, which also comes in handy when targeting enemies without touching the ground. Character playstyles. When we first received an extensive look at the gameplay in February, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League became quite the meme for seemingly homogenizing each character by giving them guns. They still have guns, but at the very least their playstyles appear more distinct than the initial showing. Deadshot is proficient with sniper rifles, assault rifles, and pistols, and can hover in midair to shoot enemies. He also has his wrist cannons for fighting up close. Harley relies on her movement and momentum to bash enemies with a baseball bat, or swing around and shoot them. King Shark personifies the phrase "death from above" and can launch himself into the air before smashing down, causing area of effect damage. As more of a tank, he can take a hefty amount of punishment and favors shotguns, heavy weapons, and assault rifles as much as cleavers, knives, and sickles. Finally, there's Captain Boomerang, who can teleport around, throw boomerangs at enemies, and utilize sniper rifles, SMGs, and shotguns. Juggle kills and shield harvesting strikes. 2 new combat mechanics available to all characters were showcased: juggle kills and shield harvesting strikes. The former requires a melee strike, which can also break enemy shields. Successfully juggling an enemy with a melee attack causes all shots from your guns to deal guaranteed critical damage for a brief period. Rolling to bolster your gun damage is thus encouraged. Shield harvesting strikes can recharge some of your shields. They apparently activate when shooting an enemy in the leg and following up with a melee attack. It's an interesting dynamic, as you can either melee and then shift to gunfire for added damage, or shoot first and then melee any enemy for added survival. Suicide strikes. Of course, it wouldn't be a game in the Batman Arkham universe without a takedown mechanic. Dubbed the Suicide Strike, it can one-hit kill any enemy. The trade-off is that it takes time to recharge, so you need to think carefully about when to use it. Whether you can build it faster by dealing more damage or taking out other enemies remains to be seen. Counter Shot. Another interesting mechanic is the counter shot, which takes inspiration from the Arkham series counter system. As an indicator lights up above an enemy, you can shoot them to interrupt their attack, stun them, or deal damage. Different enemies respond differently when counter shot is triggered. Given how long range some encounters can be, it can make space as you close the distance for juggle kills and shield harvesting strikes, or even stop attacking enemies dead in their tracks up close. PS5 exclusive features. On PlayStation 5, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League supports activity cards and 3D audio while leveraging the solid-state drive to push the boundaries of freedom for traversal, according to a PlayStation blog post. The DualSense's adaptive triggers make for a more realistic trigger pull, while its haptic feedback enables you to really feel the power of Captain Boomerang's attacks hitting enemies. Yes, seriously. Standard and Deluxe Edition details. Pre-orders are available now for the title, with the Standard Edition costing $69.99 and including the base game and Classic Outfits pack, which has the squad donning their old-school costumes. You can also access the free Battle Pass tiers as they become available, and all post-launch seasonal content, including new missions, environments, items, events, and new playable villains who are earnable, quote-unquote. The Deluxe Edition costs $99.99. And includes the same content while throwing 4 Justice League outfits, 3 Black Mask Notorious weapons, a pistol, sniper rifle, and heavy weapon, and 4 Squad Gold's weapon dolls. You also get 4 No Shade outfit color swatches and a premium Battle Pass token. Pre-ordering this edition also nets 72 hours of early access to the game, allowing you to play on January 30th instead of February 2nd. Furthermore, PS5 digital pre-orders get 4 Rogue outfits as a bonus with either edition. Switching characters between missions. Since its announcement in August 2020, Rocksteady has maintained that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is a co-op experience for up to 4 players. Solo play is supported and allows for switching between characters at will, per the original press release. However, in the Suicide Squad Insider episode, studio director Darius Sadagian said that you can switch characters between missions while playing solo, and still savor each and every story twist. My impression was being able to switch between squad members in the middle of a mission based on the initial statement. Regardless, if character switching is only possible before a mission starts, it's good to have some clarity now. Hey, did you know that we at Gaming Vault upload new videos every day? Stick around, drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell, and let us know what kind of content you'd like to see in the future with a comment below.